Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela. For those of you who don't know me, thank you for joining me today. I'm looking a little rough. I don't feel very good, but I still wanted to create a video for you guys. This project has been something that I've worked on for the last 2 years, and it's been put on the back burner. And I really don't have a good reason for why it's not done. It's not done. There's still a lot to this video that I decided not to include. There's so much to it. I just don't even know where to begin, I guess. I'm just kind of including the main important parts, I would say. The purpose of this video for me is not only to just share with you guys my story, because I'm an open book and I don't mind. Like, what it really means to me is it doesn't matter where you come from, the cards you're dealt. I don't think that any of those things are an excuse to not move forward in your life and to hold you back from doing things that you're capable of doing. I have a lot of people come to me and say, wow, I never would have guessed that you came from this background, or wow, you don't seem like the kind of person that would do da da da. Like, there's just a lot of people who have said things that I know they're not meaning them in a bad way at all. I just don't see it that way. I am very grateful for the things that have happened in my life and the way things have panned out, and I wouldn't want it any other way. Though it was difficult, I don't feel sorry for myself, and so like I said, this video is for me something I hope that was, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I just hope you guys enjoy this video. The beginning starts out with interviews from my moms, who I call my moms now, and they're gonna kind of just tell you my life story. It goes into an interview with my biological mom, who I met for the very first time 2 years ago, and yeah. You got to let it go.
What I know of Angela's upbringing is that she was born to a woman named Debbie, and she couldn't take care of her, so the grandmother took care of her, and she got ill. So then she was given to Aletha, which was Angela's great aunt, and her husband Brett, which is Nicole's uncle, and those were Angela's parents as she knew them growing up. She was more of like a daddy's girl. Follow Brett around.
And then when Brett suddenly passed away, there was a lot of tension between Angela and Aletha, so my grandma and grandpa kind of stepped in and took over as, you know, getting her to and from school, helping out with bills, and Angela really didn't like being with Aletha, so they just kind of figured, you know what, we just need to be more involved in Angela's life, so went through with adopting Angela.
That's kind of where I started getting more involved in being around the family more and with Angela more.
Yeah. And then when they'd moved to Shelton, they found out shortly after that Grandpa was sick. He was diagnosed with cancer. So then, yeah, we would start going out there more. We would, you know, have Angela a little bit more with us, and just kind of to keep her mind away from what was really going on. Mm-hmm. From day one, it seemed like I knew that I would be raising Angela. I guess when Grandma and Grandpa adopted her, they were older, so and Grandma had always told me, you know, if anything ever happens, that Angela was going to be my responsibility. So I always knew that, you know, like I said, they were older, so they weren't going to live forever. So I kind of prepared myself.
And I knew she always felt like that, or knew that, and then I was asked to be part of raising Angela once Grandpa passed away. Me and Grandma I remember where we were sitting, what the couch looked like, everything, and we were having a conversation, and then Grandma asked me to please promise to, if anything was to happen to her, that I would help raise Angela.
So after Grandpa passed away, Angela decided she wanted to move, so her and Grandma moved to a smaller house. And then still in Shelton, moved closer into town. And then shortly after that, we found out that Grandma had cancer and didn't have a whole lot of time.
I don't know if there is any preparing to take care of a 13-year-old when you're 28 years old. We mentally knew that we had to do it, but I don't think there really is any preparing when you are 28 years old.
And not having any children of your own, it's kind of...
Roll is
yeah.
Moment to moment.
It is what it is.
Our relationship definitely changed from going from fun cousin auntie to being able to have fun. I was always the mean one, so that doesn't really change. But like being able to have fun and then send her home compared to now when she is a brat, it's our problem to deal with it. So that was a big change for me, at least, on how to parent her.
For everything that had gone on in Angela's life, like she was a really good kid and really easy, like she made it easy to transition.
Holy crap. You're about to meet your mom for the first time in your life. How do you feel?
Like I've been saying all day, so far so good. I don't feel really anything right now. It hasn't really hit me. I don't know.
Are you nervous? Is
my
it
stomach,
hitting you?
My stomach is actually like, I feel really weird.
Yeah.
Now we're 2 minutes away. This is it. So we should park up here.
Ooh, doggy.
Should I call her and say I'm here? Or should I just knock on the door?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Should I call?
I don't think that there's a right thing.
Hi.
Hi, I think I'm outside.
Oh my God! Yes, you're here.
Oh my God.
Hi.
God, she's so gorgeous. God, oh my God. I'm just, come on in.
Okay.
Come on, this is my sister's house.
My past is not pretty. I've had a very tough, rough, hard life. My mom tried to do right, but my biological father's messed up and did a lot of messed up things to me, and that kind of made me messed up. And one of those nights I'm at the club, you had to use the bathroom, and I noticed 2 women in one stall, and it didn't draw my attention until I heard a lighter flick and this sizzling sound. I'm like, what the hell are they smoking? And then I smelled something strange. I'm like, that ain't no marijuana. What are they smoking? And I did what I had to do in the bathroom. I left, went back out and finished having a drink and finished dancing, and the club was closing, going home. But in the back of my mind, that stuck to my mind. What were they doing? So I went to my cousin up in West Seattle and I told him. He said, oh, they're probably smoking crack. And I'm like, crack, what's that? And he says, you don't want to know. And I'm like, well, what is it? He said, it's cocaine. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I remember when he said cocaine, I was like, whoa, that's hard drugs. Wow, they have hard drugs in the clubs? Oh yeah, I was so naive.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. he says, don't even ask anything else. And I'm like, what would I be asking? And then he started telling me about what it looked like, how you smoke it. And I'm like, well, why would anybody, how does it make you feel? And he tried to explain it or describe it, and that only drew my curiosity to it. And I wanted to know. I says, well, I know what weed's like, I know what alcohol's like. Is it easy to get? And he said, no. And I said, well, how do you get it? And I don't even know if I should go into detail about all that, but I ended up trying it, and I didn't feel anything at first, the first time I tried it. I was like, I don't know what all the riffraff is about it. I didn't feel anything. He said, you probably didn't do it right. So he tried to show me how to smoke it. And I still didn't experience the bell ringer that everybody was talking about. And so I kept trying to get what they were saying you're supposed to experience. So I kept trying to doing more of the drug to experience what everybody talks about. And yet, after a whole weekend buying the drug, doing the drug, and not experiencing what everybody's talking about, the big old hype about it all, apparently I had become addicted and didn't realize. And I found myself trying to come up with money to buy more. And yeah, I did. I went to my bank, drew out all my money, didn't pay my rent, didn't go to work, spent all my money, lost my job, got evicted, living in my car in West Seattle, started shoplifting, boosting, and my life just switched. And I was addicted. I started going out to Pack Highway, walking the streets, hoping a man would pull over and pick me up and ask me for sex and give me money. And that's what I started doing. And then it was a way of life for me. And I was all hyped about it. I was loving it. I could get what I wanted, when I wanted, dress how I wanted. I was the boss. I said what goes on and what don't go on, what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do. And it was like, that's my ATM. When I was in active addiction, working Pack Highway, I stopped by my mother's house in Federal Way and to visit with my baby, you, and you weren't there. Where's the baby? My mother said, oh, Aletha has her for the weekend. Mom, it's not the weekend. Well, I don't know. I've been real sick lately. I've been doing a lot of sleeping. You know, anymore I don't know what day is what day of the week it is. And she really didn't.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, she's just at Aletha's. And then I visited with Mom maybe a half hour. And then Mom was retired. She had to lay down. And it was time for me to go. So I left and went back walking out to the track, do what I did. And I always let Mom know where I was to be located.
Yeah.
If something were to happen, she'd call and leave a message or contact me.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was going on. What was going on was Aletha was trying to get custody of you. And she was going to welfare to get assistance, and welfare was like, where's the mother? Well, we're trying to get custody of her, but we can't locate the mother. So there was a lot of lies coming from Aletha to the authorities, a lot of misleading information going to my mother.
So they were just trying to take me as much as they could to...
Yes, they were manipulating my mother, misleading my mom, telling my mom all these off-the-wall stories, and my mom was like not knowing what to think. They had my mom thinking CPS had contacted Aletha looking for me. My mom was scared, and that wasn't the case at all. And I didn't even know that anyone was trying to contact me. I didn't know that Aletha was trying to get custody. I didn't know that there was an attorney involved until after I was notified, you need to come to the courthouse downtown and sign some paperwork or CPS is gonna take her. That's what I was told. I didn't know, I never really read any of this. What I know today, and when I look at this paperwork, I was like, God, how could I have been so dumb? I was so naive. And she manipulated everything. And then to find out they never even adopted you.
No.
That just floored me. And when I found out where you were at, it wasn't until you were in your teens. But she led me to believe that Shirley and her husband had you for the weekend, and then they up and moved somewhere to Alaska, and that Aletha had no clue as to where you were at. And that it's okay though, because they got money, and she's in good hands. And when I would press her, where's my daughter? She's like, she's okay, Debbie. And she would turn me off and she would ignore anything further. She wouldn't tell me anything. And all this time I'm like, there's no, it's like my dad, it might as well look at it as if my child has died, because first she's at my mom's and I could always go there and I knew she was there. And then when I go there, she's no longer there. There's no closure there. There's a missing child. And then the next thing I hear, my child is being taken from me and I have to sign her away. I wasn't even given an opportunity to go to treatment. The state didn't say you have to do the program. We're giving you a year to get your act right. I wasn't given that opportunity. And basically I had to sign these papers in order to not lose her to CPS. And Aletha and Brett told them that they were going to adopt you, and that was the adoption paperwork was in the making. It was in the process of being finalized, and that's what I was led to believe.
And you were probably thought that if I was adopted by them, that
it would be okay, everything was going to be all right, and I was going to get visitation and birthdays and holidays, and you would have always known who I was, and that I was your biological mother, and I'd always be a part of your life. That's what they said. That's what Aletha and Brett told me, that they would never deny me you.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case at all. In fact, the day I signed my name and we left that office, they took me and dropped me off. They went their way, I went my way. I never seen hide or hair of you ever again. I trusted her with my baby. I trusted that she'd be in family. And I could always go to my baby and see her and get to know her and let her know I'm your mama. But I'm so sorry. Where do we go from here? I mean, what do I have? What's in store for me from here on out? Where do I stand? I just want to, I don't want to try to be somebody for you that I'm not. I can't be your mom, but I know, I just want to know you. I want to get to know you. I just want to build a relationship from this day forward. I want to be support if you should ever need it. I want to be that friend. I want to be someone if you need to talk to someone. I want to get to know you. I want to be there if you should need someone to talk to, or just support, or someone to kick it with, or just to go hang out at the mall, or go to the movies, or things in your relationship where someone ain't working out. I want to be there. I mean, yeah, I've got some ugly gas, but I'm a good person.
Okay, I wasn't surprised that she had, you know, a reasoning for why everything happened the way it did.
Sure.
And this is my first time ever being around an addict or someone who's struggled with that. I don't know what it's like to have to go through all of that, and like how hard it is to try and stay sober. Like, I'm sure that's like a huge thing to try and overcome an addiction to something, even if it, you know, if it's your own, take it right here, even if it's your own kids or whatever. Like, I know it was probably really difficult for her. So I get why she thought she had my best, or why she thought like giving me up to, you know, Brett and Aletha was like the best thing. She wanted to give me a fighting chance, like having a good life and whatever. Like, I understand why she did the things that she did. But at the same time, there's still going to be those questions like, you know, but you are my mother. It's like, why wouldn't you have tried harder in a sense? You know, I'm completely grateful for the way things have turned out. I would have never changed. Like, my life would be completely different if she had raised me. So entirely different. And I don't know if I would have wanted that. And I know it's kind of hard to
Who knows?
to say.
Who knows?
You don't know, but I do believe everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad that things, you know, went the way they did. And I guess I hope we can, you know, build a relationship off this. I don't see us being like super close, but I don't see her as some like horrible, like manipulative drug addict. Like, do you guys see that? Like,
No. Yeah, I guess I was just kind of, it was just cool to like, I don't know, I think it's something like for you, it's something that will take kind of time, you know, to kind of feel out, because that's, I think, what you've developed over time is just kind of more long-term and long time trust.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense.
so that is the finished short version of this project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.